Toyota has shown a proficiency for sports cars in recent years. The restructured Supra won 2 10 Best Awards, and the redesigned version of the more affordable GR86 earned a spot on last year's list. Now the Japanese automaker is showing off an electric sports car concept that previews the future of fun, fast Toyotas. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about Toyota's affordable sport EV that will shock the car industry. So, let's get started. After years of seemingly ignoring battery electric vehicles, Toyota is making an about-face. The company recently dropped a whole slew of electric concept cars covering a wide array of segments. There's an electric Tacoma/Tundra pickup truck, for example, as well as an FJ Cruiser-looking SUV. But the brand's EV plans include more than just SUVs and trucks. Toyota also sprinkled some electric sports cars amongst the 15 EVs it showed, and that could mean the Toyota's MR2's resurrection is nigh. In addition, it's important to note that Toyota's onslaught of battery electric vehicles is likely to arrive later than those from other automakers. But when these models appear, don't expect Tesla range numbers or Tesla prices. Toyota instead plans to go light with batteries on its EVs and compete with affordability, durability, and environmental responsibility, all many of the same qualities that have made its Prius a long-time success. First off, Toyota sees affordability as one of the necessary pieces for environmental friendliness and selling enough EVs at a level that makes a difference. According to Cooper Erickson, Toyota Motor North America VP for Product Planning and Strategy, "Nothing happens until you sell a car" is an expression we have internally. To have a positive impact on the environment, you must sell a high volume of cars. So it's really important that the price point is such that we can make an actual business model out of it. To that point, Toyota expects that it will be selling millions of electric vehicles by the end of the decade. In September last year, the automaker announced plans to spend $13.5 billion on battery development through then, with aims of cutting the battery cost per vehicle by 50% versus the bZ4X. So, when Toyota revealed its plan to launch no fewer than 15 new electric vehicles, driving enthusiasts will surely have noticed that among them was a sports car. It appears to be a small car with mid-engine vehicle proportions, so it could be seen as an electric successor to the iconic MR2. This is what we expect it to finally become. The manufacturer simply calls this Sports EV, but it doesn't go into detail regarding the production model, when it will be made, or any technical specs. However, viewers did not spot the GR badge up front, and its design suggests that this should be a rear-wheel drive vehicle, although being an EV, it could also be made all-wheel drive fairly easily. Therefore, like all the others, there is no official name given by the Toyota for the concept vehicle. For the time being, it is simply known as the Toyota Sports EV concept, and Toyota refuses to release any information about any of the concepts, but assures all will be revealed in due time. As for now, all we have to go by is the styling of the concept. The Sports EV concept revealed uses a new design language found in the other concept models. However, in a thought, it is a low-slung, two-seat sports car design. The compact two-seat sports car features the new C-type LED DRLs that wrap around the sleek headlights and seemingly break cooling vents. The front nose is low-slung and flanked by the highly pronounced wheel arcs. In addition, the rear angle is not visible, but some aero elements and an air intake behind the door are visible, featuring quite a neat design. The image also hints the car could be a convertible, and the passenger cell seems like it's a front biased. So, at this point, all we can do is speculate. It was recently reported that the Toyota MR2 could be in the pipelines with an internal combustion engine ICE in a collaborative effort with Suzuki and Daihatsu. However, Forbes reported that a potential tie-up between Toyota and Lotus may be announced. The Forbes report seems more plausible now, with the all-electric sports EV concept. Lotus and Toyota have been working together for a while. The Japanese automaker has been supplying the engines for its sports cars. With Toyota going electric and Lotus also heading in that direction, the collaboration may continue. The next generation Lotus Elise would be an all-electric vehicle, but not feature a skateboard platform. Instead, it would feature a stack of batteries positioned behind the driver. It would allow for similar weight distribution as an ICE-powered mid-engine vehicle. Furthermore, it would allow the sports car to sit lower and have a sporty mid-engine shape. All of that would result in a Lotus signature feature, near-perfect handling. Apart from this, the Lotus connection hints at the fact that the Toyota sports car will most likely have a Lotus sister model too. It could be the Lotus Elise's electric successor that is expected to debut in 2026. It will ride on a bespoke EV architecture called eSports. Single and dual motor configurations will be available, and it could have up to 470 horsepower. If these so far unconfirmed numbers turn out to be accurate, you can expect the Toyota model to be similar. And if this is true, then Toyota would probably launch its model at about the same time, so sometime after the middle of the decade. Furthermore, Toyota has been reviving some of its iconic badges from its legendary past. The GT86, now GR86, was a tribute to the AE86 Corolla Sport. The new GT86 was developed in conjunction with Subaru, that also sells it as the Subaru BRZ, and both use a Subaru Boxer engine. So it is possible the two cars, the new Elise and the Sports EV, could be developed simultaneously. So sports cars might be the image automakers want their brands to have. However, because they are low-volume models, it forces many automakers to collaboratively develop them with other manufacturers and share development costs. If the track record is anything to go by, this sports EV could just be a model that Toyota and Lotus develop something that benefits them both, and importantly, us enthusiasts. So is the new sport EV a revival of the MR2? Probably yes. Years before the Porsche Boxster, the Toyota MR2 served as one of the most affordable mid-engine sports cars. But it wasn't just affordable, it was fun. The second-gen SW20, for example, was often called the poor man's Ferrari, and the third-gen MR2 Spider isn't too far off from a Lotus Elise. Okay, but while the Toyota MR2 is a well-missed sports car, what does the sports EV concept have to do with it? Well, for one, this new electric sports car concept appears to be mid-engine, just like the MR2. Also, the sports EV appears to have a removable roof, not unlike the first two MR2 generations' Targa roof. So on a basic level, the sports EV channels the MR2 spirit. And speaking of spirit, that's what Toyota CEO Akio Toyoda wants in these new electric sports cars. It's well known that Toyota is a driving enthusiast, so making an electric sports car fits his style. Furthermore, during the EV reveal, he said that he wanted a car that I want to keep driving forever. It should be environmentally friendly, but straight up fun to drive. In addition, Toyota MR2 revival rumors have swirled for years. The most recent rumor suggests that Porsche could step in and help develop a 345 through 395 horsepower hybrid 4th gen MR2. Admittedly, because Toyota hasn't released the sports EV specs, something like that could still be possible. But regardless, it shows that there's interest on both the business and consumer side for an MR2 return. So even if the Toyota Sports EV doesn't go into production with an MR2 badge, it might still carry on the mid-engine sports car legacy. And if the sports EV concept is introduced as a revival of the MR2, enthusiasts around the world would applaud and welcome it with open arms. In addition, if the model is developed in collaboration with Lotus, we know it will most definitely be a monster on the track. Now that the boys at Gazzo Racing would also be involved in the development, given their resume features the new GR Yaris, we can't wait to see what the sports EV concept has in store. On that note, Toyota hasn't confirmed when or if the sports EV will go into production, so if the electric sports car ends up using Toyota's planned solid-state battery tech, it might arrive later rather than sooner. So considering how often an MR2 revival rumor springs up, hopefully an official statement won't take quite that long to arrive. And this is it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on today's video? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.